Have you ever been in the middle of a sentence and suddenly someone cuts you off? They talk over you, they overpower the moment, and for a second you feel invisible, as if your words never mattered in the first place. Being interrupted isn't just annoying. It quietly erodes your confidence. It makes you hesitate the next time you want to speak. It teaches your mind a dangerous lie. Maybe what I say isn't important enough. But the Stoics understood something powerful. Respect is not taken by force. It is earned through presence, through the calm, controlled way you use your voice. And today, you're going to learn exactly how. Because there are 7 sentences, exactly 7 words each, that instantly stop people from interrupting you. 7 short lines that restore order, command attention, and make people actually listen when you speak. These aren't tricks, they're boundaries. Polite, firm, unshakable, the Stoic way. So stay with me until the end. By the time you finish this video, you won't just speak differently. You will be heard differently. 1. Hold on. Let me finish my point. There is a specific kind of silence that happens right after someone interrupts you. It's not the silence in the room. It's the silence inside your chest, that tiny drop of pressure, that quick flash of irritation, that feeling of being pushed aside, even if only for a moment. And most people never talk about it, but they feel it every time. The sense that your voice wasn't strong enough to hold the space. This is why these 7 words matter so much. Hold on, let me finish my point. They are not confrontational, they are not emotional, they don't escalate the moment, but they instantly shift the power dynamic back into your hands. You're not fighting, you're not arguing, you're simply stating that you are still speaking, and you will not disappear just because someone else decided to talk louder or faster. People interrupt for many reasons. Some are impatient, some are enthusiastic, some want control, and some don't even realize they're doing it. But whatever the reason, interruptions send an unspoken message. What I have to say is more important than what you are saying. And if you let it happen repeatedly, the mind begins to accept the wrong story. Maybe my words aren't worth holding the floor for. Stoicism rejects that story entirely. The Stoics believed in measured presence. The kind of presence that doesn't need to threaten or dominate to be respected. Marcus Aurelius wrote that a person who has control over himself commands the respect of others without ever needing to raise his voice. And that is exactly what this sentence allows you to do. You reclaim the moment through composure, not confrontation. The key is how you deliver it. Not rushed, not frustrated, not defensive. You pause for half a second. A Stoic pause. The kind of pause that signals you are grounded, not shaken. You lift your chin slightly, not in arrogance, but in self-respect. Your voice stays level and steady as you say, "Hold on. Let me finish my point." 7 words. Said slowly. Said deliberately. Said with the understanding that your voice deserves room. Imagine you're in a team meeting. You're explaining a strategy or presenting an idea you've worked hard on. Suddenly, someone jumps in mid-sentence. The old version of you might shrink, speed up, or try to talk over them. But now, you stop, you breathe. And with calm authority, you say, "Hold on, let me finish my point." The interrupter blinks. The room quiets. You continue, and your presence feels stronger than it did before the interruption even happened. Or picture a conversation with a friend or partner. They jump in not because they want to disrespect you, but because they're emotional or distracted. Instead of reacting with frustration, you use the same 7 words. It resets the dynamic instantly, not harshly, but clearly. They realize they stepped on your thought, and most people will naturally fall back and let you continue. This line communicates something deeply important. You have the right to complete your thought. Your words matter enough to be heard in full. And you're not someone who gets talked over. Interruptions don't define you. How you respond to them does. And these 7 words are your first tool for reclaiming the space your voice deserves. 2. I'll continue when you're done speaking. There is a very specific kind of interruption that feels different from the casual, unintentional kind. It's the moment when someone doesn't just talk over you. They dominate the conversation as if your voice is optional. They keep going, louder, faster, refusing to pause, refusing to acknowledge that you were already speaking. And in moments like that, most people freeze. They back down. They let the interrupter take over, not because they agree, but because they don't want conflict. That's why these 7 words exist. I'll continue when you're done speaking. This is not a defensive sentence. It's not a complaint. It's not an attack. It is a boundary. Clean, simple, calm. And boundaries delivered with calmness create a different kind of authority, the kind that doesn't need volume or aggression. These 7 words stop the chaotic flow of conversation without suppressing anyone. They simply state the truth. You are speaking, and you will continue, but you're giving them a moment to finish so the conversation can return to order. There's a subtle psychological mechanism behind this sentence. When you say it, the other person suddenly becomes aware of their behavior. Not because you criticized them, but because you held a mirror up. Most interrupters don't think of themselves as rude until someone shows them the line they crossed. And you do it without shaming them, without escalating tension, without breaking your own composure. This is exactly what Stoicism teaches. Control the order of your reactions, and you control the tone of the entire room. You're not trying to overpower them. You're not trying to win a verbal competition. You're demonstrating emotional discipline, the ability to stay steady even when someone else loses their balance. Now imagine this in a group setting, like a workplace meeting. A colleague cuts you off, keeps speaking and doesn't stop. Instead of fighting for space or trying to match their volume, you sit back slightly. Wait just long enough for them to take a breath, and then, in a calm voice, you say, "I'll continue when you're done speaking." Every head turns, the interrupter pauses, and suddenly the power in the room resets. You didn't argue, you didn't push back, you simply told the truth in a way that demands respect. This line also works with people who dominate conversations out of habit. Friends, family, partners. They may not even realize they're steamrolling your sentences. But when you use this line, you're not accusing them, you're guiding them. You're teaching them how to speak with you in a healthier way. Tone matters here. The calmer you say it, the stronger it becomes. If you sound irritated, it becomes a fight. If you sound timid, it loses power. But if you sound composed, steady, almost neutral, these words carry an unmistakable weight. And perhaps the most important lesson of all, by saying, "I'll continue when you're done speaking," you communicate that your voice has value, and that value doesn't disappear just because someone else speaks loudly. You're not surrendering. You're structuring the conversation so that both voices can be heard, but yours will not be erased. 3. I don't want to talk over you. There is a very different kind of interruption, the one that doesn't come from dominance, but from chaos. A fast conversation, high emotions, overlapping voices, people jumping in because they're excited, anxious, or afraid they'll forget their thought. It's not malicious, but it still breaks your flow. It still makes you feel unheard. And when you respond with irritation, the whole moment escalates. That's why these 7 words work so well. I don't want to talk over you. This is one of the most disarming sentences you can use in English. It's soft but powerful. It instantly slows the emotional speed of the room. And the psychology behind it is simple. Instead of accusing the other person of interrupting you, you take responsibility for maintaining a respectful interaction. And by doing so, you indirectly guide them back into respectful behavior. You're not saying, "Stop interrupting me." You're saying, "I want this conversation to be respectful for both of us." And people respond differently to that. Most interrupters don't see themselves as rude. They see themselves as contributing. But when you say this line, they suddenly hear how the interaction must look from the outside. You've held up a mirror without confronting them, and awareness is often all it takes for someone to correct themselves. This approach is deeply Stoic. The Stoics believed that dignity is strongest when delivered with gentleness. They believed clarity is more powerful than aggression, and this line embodies that belief perfectly. You take control not by pushing harder, but by creating a moment of quiet truth. Imagine a conversation with a friend or partner. They keep jumping in, speaking over your sentences, not because they want to silence you, but because they're emotional. Instead of snapping back, you raise your hand slightly and say, "I don't want to talk over you." They stop. Their eyes soften. And suddenly the space for both voices returns. Or picture a tense discussion at work. Multiple people are speaking. Your thoughts are being drowned out, and the room feels messy. If you say, "Don't interrupt me," the room tightens. But if you say, "I don't want to talk over you," everyone resets. The chaos shrinks. Respect expands. People realize you're not demanding dominance. You're inviting order. This sentence also has a hidden social mechanism. It makes the other person want to be respectful because you modeled respect first. And here's something powerful. You can say this sentence even while someone is actively interrupting you. It gently freezes the moment and makes them aware they're talking over you. They will almost always pull back. But tone matters. This sentence works because it's delivered softly, evenly, calmly. The moment you add irritation, the magic disappears. But when you say it with composure, it becomes a bridge from chaos to clarity. In the end, this 7-word line communicates a message deeper than the words themselves. You value respectful dialogue. You expect it, and you create it, simply by the way you speak. 4. Let's stay with one voice at once. Some conversations don't fall apart because one person is rude. They fall apart because everyone begins talking at the same time. Overlapping ideas, competing tones, rising emotions, and no clear structure. In these moments, no one is truly listening. People speak louder, faster, trying to squeeze their words into the chaos. And ironically, the more everyone tries to be heard, the less anyone actually is. That's why this 7-word line is so powerful. Let's stay with one voice at once. Unlike the previous sentences, this one isn't directed at a single interrupter. It's a leadership sentence. It restores order without attacking anyone. It respects the room, and in return, the room respects you. These words carry an energy that says, "We're all here to communicate. Let's do it in a way that allows every voice to matter." In American workplace culture, this sentence is especially effective because it signals emotional intelligence. You're not trying to dominate the discussion. You're facilitating clarity. You're creating structure, and people naturally gravitate toward those who bring calm into a messy situation. There's also something deeply Stoic about this line. Marcus Aurelius wrote often about the value of order, that a calm mind creates a calm world around it. When you speak these words, you're not only calming yourself, you're calming the entire group. You become the stabilizer, the anchor, the grounded presence the conversation didn't know it needed. Imagine a team meeting where everyone is speaking over each other. Deadlines, disagreements, and ideas bouncing in every direction. No one's listening. No one's actually communicating. Then you speak up. Not loudly, but clearly. Let's stay with one voice at once. The room pauses. People instinctively turn toward you because humans naturally respond to clarity in moments of confusion. The tone of the meeting shifts. Conversations separate. People wait. And suddenly, the discussion becomes productive again. This sentence works because it removes blame. You're not saying, "Stop talking," or "You're interrupting." you're offering a gentle reminder of the structure everyone forgot. You're guiding the flow, not controlling it. And when you guide instead of force, people listen. This line also works beautifully in social settings. Dinner conversations, group debates, family discussions, anytime the energy gets tangled. Saying, "Let's stay with one voice at once," resets the rhythm without killing the mood. It's respectful, but firm. It keeps the harmony without sacrificing your presence. One of the most important elements behind this sentence is your delivery. Slow, grounded, not rushed, not irritated. You're not trying to silence anyone. You're trying to make space for everyone, and that's why people respond so well. When spoken with composure, this sentence tells the group something subtle but important. You value clarity, you value respect, and you have the confidence to bring order when others lose it. In a world where everyone talks to be heard, the Stoic speaks to bring understanding. And that is what makes your voice truly powerful. 5. Let me finish this thought real quick. There's a certain type of interruption that doesn't come from ego or disrespect. It comes from enthusiasm. Someone gets excited, jumps in too early, or thinks they're helping by adding to your point. They don't mean harm, but their timing still breaks your flow. And even when the interruption is innocent, it can still feel like your ideas are being stepped on. That's where this gentle but powerful sentence comes in. Let me finish this thought real quick. It's softer than the other lines. It's friendly, it's approachable. But make no mistake, it still reclaims your space. You're not confronting the other person. You're simply guiding the moment back to where it needs to be. You're saying, "I'm still speaking, and I want to complete what I started." In everyday American conversation, this sentence is extremely common and carries no hostility, which makes it perfect for settings where you want to assert yourself without creating tension. Stoicism isn't about being cold or distant. It's about being intentional, knowing when firmness is needed and when kindness is stronger. And this line is the Stoic middle path. It protects your voice without shutting someone else down. Imagine you're talking to a friend who keeps jumping in because they're excited. They don't realize they're cutting you off, and you don't want to bring in heavy boundaries that feel too serious. You pause, smile lightly, and say, "Let me finish this thought real quick." They immediately stop. Not because you demanded silence, but because your tone invited cooperation. Or picture a casual work conversation. You're explaining an idea, and a co-worker keeps adding pieces before you're done. Instead of correcting them bluntly, you gently guide the flow back to you with those same 7 words. It keeps the energy positive while still reminding them you deserve the space to finish your idea. This sentence also carries a subtle psychological advantage. It signals confidence without pressure. It shows that you're comfortable holding the floor. And people respect someone comfortable in their own voice. Deliver it with warmth but clarity, steady tone, relaxed expression, slight hand gesture if needed. The softer your body language, the more naturally this line lands. If your tone is calm, people will always give you the room to continue. But here's the key. Don't rush the sentence. Ironically, saying it too fast makes you sound apologetic. Take your time. Speak it slowly, even though the words themselves say, "real quick." That contrast creates presence. It makes the moment feel intentional. This line is especially powerful for those who struggle with self-confidence. It's a way to practice speaking up without feeling confrontational. The more you use it, the more comfortable you become with creating conversational boundaries. Boundaries that protect your thoughts, your time, and your voice. And in the end, that's the heart of Stoic communication. Not overpowering others, but not allowing yourself to disappear either. Let me finish this thought real quick. Reminds the world that your ideas deserve completion, and you're confident enough to ensure they get it. 6. Please hold that. I'm not done yet. There is a moment in conversation that feels different from all the others. the moment when someone interrupts you repeatedly. Not once, not twice, but over and over again, as if they've decided that your sentences are optional and theirs are mandatory. This kind of interruption doesn't feel accidental. It feels dismissive. It feels like someone is trying to move you out of your own space. And this is the moment when you need a stronger boundary. Not aggressive, not emotional, but unmistakably clear. That boundary lives in these 7 words. Please hold that. I'm not done yet. This sentence is a pattern breaker. It interrupts the interrupter. It stops the cycle instantly. And unlike snapping back or raising your voice, it keeps you in complete control of your tone, your presence, and your dignity. The psychology behind this sentence is powerful. When someone cuts you off repeatedly, they're expecting one of 2 reactions. Either you shut down and let them dominate the conversation, or you get frustrated and escalate the conflict. Stoicism chooses neither. Stoicism chooses the third option: calm, firm, unwavering structure. Please hold that as the first reset. It tells them their thought is noted, but not invited yet. I'm not done yet, asserts the boundary. You have the floor, and you're not giving it up. Most people, even the confident or loud ones, will immediately step back when they hear this. Your tone is what makes it land. If you deliver it slowly and steadily, it communicates authority without aggression. If you speak it too fast, it can sound insecure. If you speak it too sharply, the conversation becomes confrontational. But with balance, this line becomes one of the strongest tools in your communication arsenal. Picture a workplace interaction with someone who always cuts people off. A manager who talks over everyone. A co-worker who assumes their voice is the only one that matters. You're presenting an idea, and they jump in again, pushing you aside mid-sentence. Instead of shrinking, you pause, breathe, look at them and say, "Please hold that. I'm not done yet." The room quiets. They pull back. And suddenly, the power in the conversation resets. Or think of a debate with someone who argues aggressively. Someone who fuels conflict by overwhelming you verbally. This line breaks their rhythm. It doesn't attack them. It doesn't give them something to push against. It simply forces them to acknowledge that you have not finished. In Stoic terms, you're not matching their intensity. You're reshaping the environment through composure. This sentence is also invaluable in personal relationships. Think about moments with family or a partner who tends to take over conversations without meaning to. If you've ever felt invisible in those moments, this 7-word line gives you a respectful way to reclaim space without creating emotional damage. It protects both your boundary and the relationship. And perhaps the most important lesson, using this line teaches you how to stay grounded even when someone tries to overpower you. You don't let their urgency dictate your rhythm. You don't let their dominance erase your presence. You remain the calm center of the conversation. And from that center, your words carry more authority. 7. I'll speak now. You can go next. There are moments when an interruption isn't innocent, emotional, or accidental. It's intentional. It's meant to dominate, to silence you, to make you feel smaller in the conversation. Some people interrupt to take control. Some interrupt to win. And some interrupt because they've learned that no one ever stops them. This is the moment when you need the strongest boundary. Not angry, not confrontational, just undeniably firm. That's why these 7 words exist. I'll speak now, you can go next. This sentence doesn't fight for control. It establishes it. It doesn't escalate the situation. It reorganizes it. It doesn't ask for permission. It asserts structure. When you say this line, you shift the entire dynamic of the conversation. Most people aren't used to being calmly interrupted by clarity. They're used to being resisted emotionally, not structurally. That's why this sentence works so well. It pulls the power back to you without triggering defensiveness. Let's look at the psychology behind it. When someone aggressively interrupts you, they expect one of three things. You freeze and let them talk. You rush your words and lose composure. You get frustrated and turn the moment into a conflict. But Stoicism teaches a fourth option. Respond without emotion. Respond with structure. "I'll speak now" is a clean reset. "You can go next" creates order. You're not rejecting their contribution. You're simply placing it after yours, where it belongs. People cannot argue with order. When a boundary comes from calm authority instead of emotional reaction, it becomes almost impossible to push against without looking unreasonable. Picture a heated debate. Maybe at work, maybe with a strong personality, maybe with someone who believes volume equals victory. They cut you off sharply. The air feels tight. Everyone expects you to react emotionally. Instead, you breathe, look directly at them and say slowly, "I'll speak now. You can go next." The entire room shifts. They hesitate. Their dominance dissolves because their behavior has been placed inside a structure they can't control. Or imagine a personal relationship where someone regularly overrides your voice. They don't allow you to finish your sentences. They hijack conversations. They turn exchanges into monologues. This line reclaims the space without hostility. You're not attacking them. You're asserting mutual respect. And the delivery matters deeply. Say it calmly. Say it steadily. Leave no rush in your tone, because calmness is power. When you sound grounded, people follow your rhythm. When you sound emotional, they follow theirs. This sentence also carries a powerful message to yourself. What I say is important enough to finish. It rewires your relationship with your own voice. It teaches you that your words deserve space, not because you fight for them, but because you honor them. And the truth is simple. When you assert structure with grace, people don't just stop interrupting you. They begin to listen. They begin to respect you. They begin to treat your voice as something that should not be crossed. Because when you say, "I'll speak now, you can go next," you're not just controlling the conversation. You're setting the standard for how you expect to be treated. In every conversation, your voice deserves space. And these 7 sentences, each only 7 words, are more than techniques. They are boundaries. They are clarity. They are the Stoic reminder that respect begins with how calmly you claim your place in the moment. Remember this. Interruptions don't define your worth. Your response defines your presence. When you speak with composure, you reshape the entire conversation. When you hold your ground without anger, people feel it. They adjust. They listen. Choose one of these 7 lines and practice it today. Use it once, just once, and you'll feel the difference immediately. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay calm, stay clear, and let your voice lead.